Now from Maui, External Affairs Officer with the FEMA Incident Management Assistant Team, John Mills. John, thanks for being with us. Do you think that there was a way that FEMA could have gotten there faster, could have gotten the support to locals faster when they say they needed it?
Katie, good to be with you. FEMA's number one priority is helping survivors who are directly affected by these historic fires. We have full-time staff in Honolulu, and they were in action immediately. FEMA's role is not to lead the response, but to support the state and to support Maui County. We are working on multiple lines of effort right now across emergency services, mass care, critical infrastructure, and housing, among others. We have more than 600 federal personnel on the ground right now in Maui and another 100 deployed. This includes our FEMA urban search and rescue teams who are actively working in the hardest hit areas right now with search dogs trying to locate the remains of survivors. I was with Miguel Almaguer's crew yesterday in Lahaina, and it is just a devastating scene there. The fire just moved so quickly. People had to run for their lives and seek shelter anywhere they could. Right now, FEMA is also working directly with survivors, and we've been doing that for the last few days. We have already approved about 1,300 households for assistance and provided about $2.3 million in money to help these survivors jumpstart their recovery. That's just temporary solutions now. So we're working in the shelters with our disaster survivor assistance crews one-on-one. We're opening a disaster recovery center where people can come meet with FEMA one-on-one, meet with the Small Business Administration. We're providing money not only for critical needs, but we're providing money directly to survivors to help them repair or rebuild their homes, providing rental assistance money so they can rent a place to live temporarily if they need to relocate, money for lodging reimbursement if they had to relocate, money to replace essential personal property. We've also activated our transitional sheltering assistance program. That's helping people get out of hotels, out of shelters and into hotels. And the state has also activated a similar program to get people out of shelters and into hotels. We're also going to be here for the long term, Katie.
That is a long list of support, and I hear you that you're not supposed to lead a response. That's not the way that FEMA is intended to work, and that a lot of the criticism has gone to local and state officials, county officials. I wonder, in looking back on it, I know it's still fresh, if there are any lessons that can be learned to get FEMA in faster to do all of the things that you just listed out.
You're seeing a lot of federal support in the area. So, for example, the State National Guard has a dual status commander using not only National Guard, but also Title X active duty DOD personnel, a few hundred. And so that's an effort that doesn't have the FEMA logo on it, but it's a FEMA coordinated activity. FEMA's the lead coordinating agency. So while you might not see the logo everywhere, you're seeing actions of FEMA everywhere that this is going on. When we get requests from the state that come from Maui County, or also just directly from the state for requests that the county and the state can't meet, FEMA stands ready to support those requests. So that's why we have full-time services in Hawaii, and we are responding by bringing in lots of food, water, cots, blankets, generators, so that we're standing ready to support requests we get from the state and helping ensure that these shelters don't run out of supplies. So many people relocated to shelters. We're part of the support mechanism to make sure all of that stays functional. Fortunately, a lot of Maui is up and running, such as grocery stores here in this area being open. So that's helping lessen the need for federal support, because while Lahaina and other areas were severely affected, other parts of Maui are up and operational.
And I know the towns past Lahaina felt like they were a bit cut off. They were affected by the fire and they couldn't be gotten to because the road to Lahaina had been closed down. But I want to ask you this one more time. I know FEMA can't start working until a federal disaster has been requested by the state. Do you think it could have been done faster? Was there a way for FEMA to get in faster to help support the local communities, the county, the state government, in a case where it seems like from this end, they were clearly overwhelmed?
FEMA does jump in right away, and that's what happened here.
John, when you're talking to people out there who are frustrated, who say that this hasn't come fast enough, what is your message to them now? What is your message for them if they need to get help now? Where do they go?
This has been an absolutely heartbreaking experience for everyone involved, in particular those who've lost their family members. We are taking a very somber and respectful approach to urban search and rescue activities and recovering remains of survivors who were fleeing for their lives from this incredibly fast-moving fire. We are bringing to bear all of the resources of the federal government, and we're moving as quickly as we can to support requests we get from the state. We're going to be here for the long haul to work with the state and Maui County to help meet some of these longer-term housing challenges. But the recovery begins and ends at the local level. So that's why we're being very mindful of cultural norms, cultural sensitivities, and working very closely to listen to Maui County officials, the survivors, the local residents, to make sure we're following guidance that they provide us, along with guidance from the state, to work with them as quickly as possible and as efficiently as possible, but also very sensitively with respect